Hey everybody, I just got back from the Desaru Coast half Ironman in Desaru, Malaysia, and I thought I'd give a little bit of a report or a review on, what it's like in case anybody wants to go. Maybe I can give you some pointers and some info about the course and what to expect. Thought it was a great race. It was the first year it happened. I mean, I signed up in 2019. Now it's 2022, and this was the first year it could actually be held because of COVID. So there were no pros, and it was a fairly small field, but I expect that to get bigger over time. It's an awesome location for anybody in Singapore. If you're coming from outside of Singapore, you have two options. One is to fly into Malaysia, fly into KL. If you want to visit Singapore, you can fly into Singapore, but KL is a lot further than Singapore is, so it's only 85 kilometers from Singapore, and you can rent a car or rent a Malaysian vehicle that can give you a ride up to Desaru. There's also a ferry, but it's about $150 per person round trip, which is quite expensive. That includes the bike. The thing about driving, though, is the immigration can always be hard with the long waits. I think we waited an hour and a half each way, so that's kind of unnecessary. Overall, the course was awesome. Obviously, it's Southeast Asia, it's hot. It's a beach swim in the sea. Of course, no wetsuit. It was a triangular course. It's like only two corners, so that made sighting and navigation in the water pretty easy. And it left from the Westin Hotel. It's a great hotel there. It's next to the Hard Rock Hotel. So if you want to stay in a great hotel, obviously the Westin is the best because that's where the course, that's where the event starts from. That's where the event starts and ends. So that's the best place to stay. It's a tiny bit more expensive, but the Hard Rock is also okay, but it's a few hundred meters away. The swim was pretty good. No waves. There are all these little sea lice things, like millions of them, but whatever, you'll get through that. The bike, it's an out and back 2 times. It's got rolling hills, not too hard, not too hilly, nothing really steep, but not completely flat either. In my eyes, this is the ideal bike course because it affords you a little bit of variation as opposed to something that's completely flat where it's just, even power the whole way. I would call the roads perfect. I would call the roads immaculate. Better than almost all Malaysian roads you'll ever see out there. The bike was great, well marked, plenty of people on the course, plenty of aid stations, and plenty of police and even the army stopping traffic. So I'd say it was safe. Then moving on to the run, I'd call it hilly. There's like 3 fairly decent sized hills on that run, which did not make it wasn't what I expected, let's just say. So it was a little bit harder than I expected with those hills, hoping for a lot faster of a pace, but the hills really threw a spanner into that. Plenty of aid stations, plenty of food, plenty of awesome volunteers, buckets of ice, everything you need to stay cool, first aid, sunscreen, Vaseline, everything you need. Very well taken care of. I'd say it was a supremely good job, superb work. Transition is only one transition, so T1 and T2 are the same place. The expo center next door, or convention center next door, more like, is where the roll down was. So everything's really closely contained. Overall, if you're interested, send me a note and I'll give you more information on details. But I highly recommend it, and I'll probably see you there in 2023.
She's looking going. Cupcakes Cartel. Andrew Patterson, Great job, buddy.